Hi guys, welcome back to another grocery haul. My name is Mollie Mason. I'm a holistic nutritionist. I'm on a mission to help women stop fighting the war against their bodies and show up for their brightest lives. If you want to feel empowered in your body, in your wellness journey, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe below. Today I am sharing with you my Costco favorite. I'm giving you my nutritionist view. I'm going to share with you the staples that I love to stock up on in bulk, as well as tell you some of the reasons why I don't buy certain things at Costco. If you are a Costco member, you've definitely got to watch the rest of this video. If you're not, maybe check this out and you can decide if a Costco membership is for you. Okay, let's start with some of these cold items so I can get these packed away in the fridge. These organic cucumbers. I always get these every time I'm at Costco, sometimes even 2 packs. These are ginormous English cucumbers. My husband and my dog are both obsessed with cucumber, and we go through these really quickly. Cucumber is great because it's really hydrating. It's easy on your digestion. I love having cucumber to chop up for a snack. Let's talk eggs. I almost always have a pack or 2 of these. Unfortunately, our Costco has organic eggs, but they don't carry pasture raised, and I much prefer to buy pasture raised eggs. The nutrient quality is a lot higher when you have pasture raised chickens. I do know that the egg offering varies with location. So my parents in California, they do have pasture raised eggs at Costco. Unfortunately, ours doesn't. I do prefer to go to somewhere like Whole Foods and buy pasture raised from a company like Vital Farms. But because we go through so many eggs in our house, I honestly end up buying these from Costco a lot of the time. Sometimes there's a give and take a little bit in your nutrition. You've got to decide what's worth it in your budget, and getting organic eggs at Costco does help save us money. So I often stock up on these. Lately, I have been buying this massive bag of organic carrots, and I have actually made it a goal of mine to eat a carrot every day. They help your body get rid of excess estrogen, which is something I'm working on in my hormones. Something I'm really conscious of when I'm purchasing from Costco, especially with the perishable items like produce, is will we use all this, right? Or is it gonna go bad before we use it all? Carrots last a long time in the fridge, but there are certain items like lemons, for example. It's like 20 lemons. I like lemons, but I don't go through them that fast. So then I end up just throwing them away. So I don't buy things like that at Costco. So I feel like when you shop at Costco, when you shop in bulk, it's really important to just think through, am I going to use all this? Carrots are a great thing for us that we do actually go through and use before I have to throw them out. Also, bananas. Every so often, I will get one of these bunches of bananas from Costco. I bring them home, I put them on the countertop, I let them get really brown, and then I peel them, I break them in half, and I store them in the freezer for smoothies. I talked about this hack in my mint chocolate chip smoothie recipe, but I will say too, bananas are one of the fruits that I do not find it necessary to buy organic. So these are actually conventional bananas. Some other produce that I didn't purchase today, but I will often get from Costco, includes their massive pack of organic spinach. That stuff is great. Also, their organic power greens pack is really awesome too. Those are both really great options for greens if you will go through those in bulk. Also, for a second, let's talk about the salad kits. I am not going to sit here and claim I've never purchased those. I've never eaten those. They have plenty of times come through our household. They're quick, they're easy, they're great. Unfortunately, every single one of those salad kits has ingredients that I don't love, specifically mostly in the salad dressing. So I tend to not buy those. It is really important to have salad dressings with ingredients and oils that you trust. So another great option at Costco is Primal Kitchen salad dressings. Primal Kitchen is one of my favorite trusted brands for any version of condiments. I buy their ketchup. I also get their mayo. This is something that they do carry at Costco. So we're not really huge mayo people around here. It's not like we use it much, but there are certain recipes that we will use mayo for. So I've always got this stocked. Their mayo is made with avocado oil, so it's got really great ingredients. It's such an easy alternative to the conventional mayo made with canola oil. In my opinion, it actually tastes better. I've had family members who are not on board with my eating style say that this stuff is great. So this is an awesome, easy switch if you are a mayo family. It's very important to stay away from inflammatory oils like canola, which is what most of those salad dressings in those pre-packed salad kits have. So you can buy the kit and maybe try these dressings instead, but just be aware, you have to know that those salad kits are not as healthy as they claim to be. While we're talking about oil, let's go through this too. A few things to note with oils. You always want to get, if it's not in a glass jar like this, for example, is in plastic, but you always want to get a dark colored jar because oil is affected by light. So make sure you get it in the dark one, and then of course you really want organic. And then I love this avocado oil. Avocado is my go-to cooking and baking oil. Olive oil is great and of course very healthy, but it has a much lower smoke point, so you don't really want to be cooking, definitely not frying things at high temperature. I mostly use olive oil for salad dressing, sometimes a little bit of baking, like low temperature baking, but avocado oil is for sure my go-to with cooking. It's really neutral in flavor. This is a super simple, easy swap you can make if you currently cook with vegetable oil, canola oil. Just go for avocado. This is a great price for this in huge bulk. And then they also have the spray. If you cook with Pam in your kitchen, please, for the love of all things good, just go get yourself some of this and switch it out. I also often buy organic berries at Costco. I didn't need them this week because we stocked up on those already. Unfortunately, Costco does not carry a lot of grass-fed milk and cheese. I don't actually buy any milk from Costco except for sometimes I get this almond milk. If you are part of my Kill the Yeast program and you've done any kind of gut health work with me, you know I strongly caution against most pre-packaged nut milks because they have additives and guar gums, which can be really disruptive to your gut. I used to rely on almond milk and coconut milk. I actually now do incorporate real cow's dairy, but it is incredibly important for me that it is high quality grass-fed dairy, and Costco does not carry any of that, at least in our location. They have organic, but they don't have grass-fed, so I don't buy any milk at Costco. Most of their cheeses are also not grass-fed, but two cheeses that I do get at Costco include this Parmesan Reggiano. You can get many variations of Parmesan, but Parmesan Reggiano is a specific cheese only made at certain places in Italy. They have very specific ways of making it, and so if you're buying Parmesan Reggiano, you know where it's coming from. I've had it in Italy, and of course it's way better there. And then I also get this Pecorino Romano there as well. I love to eat these just as a snack with some fruit or some dates, or I put them on just about anything. We do a lot of pizza in this house, but even in my scrambled eggs, Parmesan makes everything better, right? Hard cheeses are generally safer. If you do have lactose intolerance or you think that dairy is inflammatory for you, most of the time that means you have to heal your gut, because the vast majority of people who are sensitive to dairy are not actually allergic to dairy. So that's a whole other topic for a whole other time. This is exactly why. It's not that you're actually allergic to these foods, it's that these foods are leaking into parts of your body that they should never be, and your body is mounting an immune response. Also, in the dairy section, I get Kerrygold's grass-fed butter. Get this in bulk there. Butter is so underrated, y'all. Butter got a bad rap, but it is, no doubt about it, one of the highest nutrient-dense, healthiest fats that you can cook with. If you think that butter is white or just like slightly yellow, you're wrong. This stuff is straight up yellow, and that's how it should be. That means it's coming from nutrient-dense, grass-fed cows. This stuff is awesome. Also, perfect bars. I talked about these in the Trader Joe's haul. They have a whole pack of these at Costco. I will say I don't buy these as often because the almond butter flavor and the peanut butter flavor, my husband just doesn't eat them as much. But if you like these flavors, they're definitely worth stocking up on at Costco because they're a great price. Oh, and I forgot, in the cheese section, I like to stock up on these Boursin cheeses as well. These are really great for cheese boards or charcuterie boards. Let's talk meat for a second. I used to stock up on my meat at Costco. I used to buy the big packs of chicken and chicken breasts and chicken thighs and all that stuff. They do have organic chicken. They don't have pasture raised or free range, and those things are really important to me. I do believe meat is an incredibly important part of a healthy, healing diet, but quality of meat is so incredibly important. So I know it's cheaper to buy in bulk at Costco, but for me, working up a little extra cash to get quality meats is super important. So I don't end up buying most of my chicken or beef or anything like that from Costco, but what I do get is these Adele's chicken apple sausage. I grew up on these, like truly almost every weekend. Family barbecues. My dad was always grilling, and we almost always had these as an appetizer. These things are delicious. They've got pretty good ingredients. Another awesome option is these 100% grass-fed Polish sausages. Kashmir is a big fan of sausages. It's not like my favorite food in the world, but I do like always having sausage on hand in the freezer. So I'll buy these from Costco. I put them in the freezer, and then these are really great for the nights when you just don't have something planned. It's so easy to throw these on the grill or in the air fryer. If you watch my kitchen essentials, you know I do sausages in the air fryer a lot. So if we have no dinner plans and I at least know that I have a pack of these in the freezer and I have some sort of veggies or potatoes or something that I can put together, it makes a quick, easy, healthy dinner. So I am always stocked on one version of these. Okay, let's talk supplements and vitamins for a second. I actually spent some time today looking through their selection, which I haven't done in a long time. And I know this is a bold statement, but I feel pretty comfortable in saying 95% of the vitamin supplement selection that they have at Costco is not worth your money. Most of that stuff is garbage. It is so incredibly important when you are forking up the money for vitamins and supplements that you are paying for quality. You need to be able to trust their testing, their packaging standards. Just trust me. I have a couple different options for you to check out. I will link in the description box below. If you go to my favorites page on my website, I have shared with you the supplement brands that I trust. You get some discount codes. I have a dispensary through FullScript, which means I have curated a selection for you. I've got them organized by all different lists. So I've got gut health and coffee add-ins, all of that good stuff. You can see my curated selection of supplements I trust, as well as get 15% off everything across the board. Just please don't buy your vitamins at Costco. Really, the only thing that I buy and can recommend from Costco, Vital Proteins is a great brand when it comes to collagen. Y'all know my obsession with collagen. For your gut health, collagen is so important. It's obviously best to get that from food. If you're drinking bone broth, if you're eating nose to tail, most of us don't do that. So collagen is an amazing supplement. And this is actually a brand that I do trust. Let's talk some goodies and some fun stuff. Guys, I am so glad this was back. They took this away during the summer. I actually purchased 4 boxes of this today because my friend and I have been waiting for them to bring this back, and she asked me to pick it up for her while I was there. This Simple Mills banana bread. Guys, Simple Mills is another brand that I love and trust. They really focus on whole foods based ingredients. I'm just gonna take a second to read this for you guys. Almond flour, banana, organic coconut sugar, arrowroot, coconut flour, baking soda, cinnamon, and sea salt. That's it. That is it. It's a pre-made mix. You add eggs and oil, you stick it in the oven, and it is literally heavenly banana bread. It is so delicious. This is something I love to stay stocked on as well for hosting because it's really easy to just toss this together. It makes the whole kitchen smell amazing and people love it. Also from Simple Mills, these almond flour crackers are so good. Again, ingredients are amazing. Unfortunately, most versions of even gluten-free crackers often have a ton of additives. They typically have oils that I don't like. I can basically tell you any product from Simple Mills is gonna pass the test for me. These are really, really scrumptious. And again, another item that I like to put out on cheese boards. These specifically are really great with the Boursin cheese. Another brand that is a favorite in this home. Truly, there are few brands in this world that I love more than Siete. Siete is owned by a family in Austin, Texas. They make the most amazing almond flour tortillas, which unfortunately our Costco does not carry yet. I know some Costcos do. These are amazing. They are grain-free tortilla chips. Even if you're not gluten-free or grain-free, these are so delicious. They are buttery and crunchy and flaky and so good. We do make a lot of Mexican food here. We do taco nights, fajita nights. They are to die for. And then these heavenly hunks, these things, they're really good. They're really, really, really good. They are gluten-free. They do have a couple ingredients that aren't my absolute favorite, and they're relatively high in sugar, especially when you're like my husband and you eat like 6 at a time. I don't really recommend that, but they are healthier on the spectrum of treats. So if you're buying junk food from Costco, maybe try these instead. They're really delicious. We actually store them in our freezer. They come out like rock hard. Don't ask me why, but Kashmir actually likes them that way. Yeah, these are really good. Let's cover some additional basics. I do love to get marinara sauce at Costco. I think it's Rouse. I've heard people say Rayos, so maybe that's right. In my head, it's Rouse. Someone tell me how you actually say this. But this is just really delicious. Simple, but great quality and great ingredient marinara sauce. Y'all, tomato sauce is one of those things you gotta be really careful with because a ton of tomato sauces on the shelf will have added sugars as well as added oils that you just don't need. So just check your ingredients, make sure it's stuff that you would would make from scratch, this is a great one. Okay, in the pasta world, I grabbed this Jovial brown rice penne pasta. This is a great brand. They make quality pastas. Another grain here, I haven't purchased rice from Costco in a long time because they haven't had a good selection, and then I saw this today, which is a wild rice blend. So this has purple, red, and brown rice. This is American farmed. I always love supporting small farmers when I can. It's really cool to see them in Costco. Oh my gosh. These are sprouted organic pumpkin seeds. I mentioned in my Trader Joe's haul how important it is to look for sprouted and roasted when you can. Oftentimes raw nuts are just hard on our digestion. So these sprouted ones are so delicious, and I actually keep in a pop top like this one, which I will be adding these to my pumpkin seed pop top. But while we're talking about the pop top, I shared about these in my kitchen essentials if you didn't watch that video. I linked for y'all the set that I recommend on Amazon, but they actually had it at Costco and it was currently on sale. I know they go in and out with carrying the pop tops. I've seen them there before and then I haven't seen them, and they're definitely not always on sale. If you don't know why I'm so obsessed with these, definitely check out my kitchen essentials, but clearly I use them to store things like my nuts and seeds. So the other item in here that I didn't purchase, which I just got home and realized that this is almost empty, so maybe I should have purchased, but the shelled pistachios, that's what these are. The roasted shelled pistachios are so good. They're so good. And then they're always staple in this household, this boxed bone broth. I've shared this before. I do believe that the refrigerated or frozen bone broths, or of course homemade, is better. It's gonna be a lot more nutrient dense and a lot more concentrated. When you refrigerate your bone broth, you want it to get really gelatinous and you want that jelliness to it. So obviously this box stuff does not have quite the same ratio of gelatin and collagen in it, which is what we want in bone broth, but I always have this pack stocked from Costco in our pantry because I love to cook with these. All of my soups, I use bone broth. Also, anytime I cook rice, I use bone broth instead of water. These are just really great for cooking. So it's not exactly my favorite sipping bone broth just because it's kind of bland in my opinion, but I love these for cooking. Another random staple, this massive thing of white vinegar, which I don't cook with, but I actually use in our laundry. Do you guys put vinegar in your laundry? My mom taught me this, especially in our sweaty, stinky, hot yoga loads. I always put a splash of white vinegar in. It really helps to get the stench out, especially because I refuse to use the very conventional laundry detergents that are full of toxins. This really helps with keeping our laundry fresh. That's everything I bought in today's haul. There are a few other items that I didn't purchase today that maybe I'd still recommend for y'all. We do sometimes get their cauliflower crust pizza that has a bunch of veggies on it. That one's pretty good. I also sometimes get honey and maple syrup from Costco if I'm not stocking up on maple syrup from Now Foods. But I think overall, those are definitely the heavy hitters in the Nutritionist approved items at Costco. I hope in sharing that, I helped you understand how I process some of my buying decisions and what I think is worth getting in bulk and what isn't, and what I prioritize when it comes to my nutrition choices. If there are other places that you shop and you want to see me share a grocery haul from other stores, list those below. My hope in all the content I ever share with you is to educate you and empower you and just help you feel equipped in the choices that you make for yourself and for your body. So I hope that this helped you with that today. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe for more to come. I can't wait to keep sharing with you guys. And until then, go out there and show up for your brightest life. I'll see you next time. Bye.